Well, let's put our hands together. It's time for the planners. And joining us this week, Katie Weibel, just one half of the dynamic duo available to you in the financial planning professional industry at Turning Tides Financial. And Katie has a lot of information to share with you in a short period of time, so get that crayon warmed up. Don't put it away. Make sure you got more paper, because you're going to want to take down as much information as you possibly can. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Niall. How are you?
Very, very good. Could you introduce yourself and Turning Tides Financial for those who are tuned in for the very first time and getting an opportunity to hear from Turning Tides Financial and what you do? I'm looking forward to what you've got planned for our listeners this morning.
Absolutely. So I'm Katie Weibel. I'm the managing partner of Turning Tides Financial with my business partner, Julianne Lipo. We are an independent firm, and we focus on helping our clients know their money to grow their money. And if I can take a step back and kind of explain what independent means, we get a habit of saying that, but a lot of times people are like, well, what exactly does that mean?
Right.
So independent means that we don't work for one company. We don't work for a bank. We're not pushing products. We don't work for an insurance company where we have one tool in our toolbox. We work with various companies, and we work to find what the best suited for you, not fitting you into what we have, if that makes sense.
That does make sense, because, cookie cutter situations, that's not right. Everybody's situation is, maybe there's some similarities, but your circumstances are different. And so that's why it's important, you don't just want to be fit into a box. It has to be customized. Your plan has to be customized. So, Katie, you got a lot of mileage to cover in a short period of time, and I'd like you to really get it all out there. But our listeners, I asked Katie if she wouldn't mind just kind of running through for you, our listeners. And these ladies are located in Buffalo, so our U.S. listeners, tune up, okay? Tune in and tune up. Get your crayon going. Katie's going to run through all the things, all the services available to you at Turning Tides, what they do and why they do it, and how the way they do things is different at Turning Tides. So take it away, Katie, and let's roll with what you've got here.
Sure. And a little bit of background. So Julianne and I both came from the banking industry, where we were kind of born and raised in finance, and we came across each other about halfway through our careers in the banking industry. And we both took a step back after about 15 years and said, what are we doing? Why are we doing it? And are we doing the right thing by everyone? And what is it that we love to do? And we had a common goal in mind that we love to help people. We like to help people change their life and do it in a way that we were helping do God's work, that we just weren't selling products to meet someone's goals. And that's kind of where Turning Tides Financial was born. We took a step back and said, what's really important? What is it that we can do that's going to help people? And so Julianne and I put together this firm, and we focus on a holistic approach with everyone. We get to know you on a personal level. We want to know what your challenges, your concerns, your frustrations are, and get to know your whole picture. Every person's family dynamic is different. Their personal situation and circumstances are different. And if you aren't identifying, or someone's sitting in front of you and they're not getting to know that before they make any sort of recommendations or suggestions, that's what do they throw the yellow flag in the football game as a warning? Like, take a step back and look at that.
Right. Yes.
So when we meet with someone, our goal is to identify not only where you are, where you're going, where you want to be, and how are we going to help you get there.
And that's the main thing. Like I said, is circumstances may be similar, but different.
Absolutely.
And it's almost an oxymoron, but it really isn't. There's going to be similarities in your situation. And there's going to be areas where are totally different. So you need someone to be able to look at all that information, and that's the purpose of that the 1 hour strategy session. But we're going to get to that in just a few minutes.
We will.
Yes. So
walk us through,
Katie, the services available at Turning Tides Financial, LLC.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I would like to give you an example of someone we worked with recently.
Sure.
It was an elderly couple that came to us and said they were 68. They were working 50 hours a week each, which I was flabbergasted at the energy that they had for that.
Yeah, better believe it. Give me some of that.
Yeah. And I said, okay, well, let's take a look. And they wanted to know, how could you invest my retirement? And I said, okay, well, we can do that, but let's take a few steps back and let's look at, why are you still working? What are you spending your money on? What does your whole picture look like? And after we got through the planning process and really digging in to what are their spending habits, what are the different ways that they have structured their assets over the years and decisions that they've made, we found a lot of money was being left on the table. So before we even got into investment suggestions for retirement, we were able to restructure some of the debt they had. They were making over 20 payments a month to various companies for various things. And so we saved them over $2,000 a month just by looking to see what money was being left on the table.
Huh.
So
that's a game changer.
You think? Yeah. So not only can we, of course they can retire, but they can retire now, and we can slay that debt drag, and we can stop paying money in interest to these companies. We don't have to. And it's important to understand and to take a step back, and I think sometimes advisors will go right to, all right, this is what you should invest in for retirement, when you need to really focus in on what's that person and what's their whole situation. And that's where Julianne and I do it differently. So the moral to the story is that everyone needs help, even millionaires. So millionaires don't become millionaires on their own.
Right. There's got to be a plan. I like to call it PDCA, plan, do, check, adjust.
I love that. I may have to use that now.
Yeah, okay, you can scoff that off of me gently. It's going to cost you Paula's donut. I'm a cheap buy, okay?
Hey,
plan, do, check, and adjust. Let's talk about.
Sure.
Let's talk about some of the other services that are available as well, and how you kind of walk people through the process.
Yep.
Of financial planning.
Yeah, so don't go it alone. That's our number one. Don't go it alone. Procrastination is the enemy of wealth.
It sure is.
So what we do and what we want to offer today are three complimentary strategy sessions that we typically charge $250 for. So it has its value. We take our time. We call it an hour strategy session, but we will really take our time and sit with you to make sure you get what you need. We don't start a timer and say, okay, your hour's up.
Yeah, ding, like this.
Yeah. We're
Muffins are ready. I got to let you go. Got to cut you loose. You're out of here.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and that's where we really dig into, what are your concerns, your frustrations, your challenges. And my goal is that you walk away with knowing where you are, having that clarity, seeing where you've left money on the table, and where you need to focus on to continue to build your wealth going forward. And as a bonus, I like to do a 15-minute discovery call before we meet. So that way we can get to know each other, make sure that everything is prepared so you get the most out of your strategy session when you're here.
Right, so we have 3 strategy sessions available to you right now. So you can call in at 883-5000, 1-800-684, and grab one of those 1-hour strategy sessions with Katie or Julian, or both if it's required. If you need the dynamic duo to get in there and break this thing down and unpack your circumstances, they will do that. So there's 3 of those gift certificates available right now, so you can call in and say, I'd like to grab one of those. So as Katie said, don't take those lightly, folks. You're talking $250 to $300 for a good solid hour of unpacking your financial circumstances, your life circumstances. There's blended families, there's remarriage, there may be a divorce involved in there, some debt, credit card debt, household debt. The list can go on and on and on. They've got to break that all down and see how they can fit the pieces of the puzzle together to help you. And folks, I want to stress this. You can do it. You can pick up that phone that the enemy wants you to believe weighs like 600 pounds, right? You know, I got my smartphone here, and I'm going, you know, when I need help, I grab that little Hummer, and I get on it, and I find a contact, and I make a call, and I get it dealt with. It weighs nothing. I defeat the enemy. Defeat the enemy today. If I could do it, you can do it. It doesn't weigh 600 pounds. It's nothing. A phone call, that's all it is. It's a decision to tap into the wealth of knowledge that Julian and Katie have for you. And they're extending that by saying, you call, you grab one of those 1-hour strategy sessions, and folks, I'll guarantee you this, your life's going to change. Your circumstances are going to change. You're going to become a better person. You're going to feel better about yourself. Your spiritual life will change. Your family life will change. You'll have stride in your step knowing that you've got financial management and coaching going on. You're not walking it alone. So let's talk about, Katie, some of the other services available to the listeners through Turning Tides Financial.
Yep. So, you know, in addition to our strategy sessions and our personal financial management coaching, we also do, of course, your full financial planning, comprehensive planning services, retirement planning, investment planning, life insurance, and divorce planning, you know, when the need arises. So we cover a lot of spectrums, and we take the same holistic personal approach with each and every one of them, and we are available to you. So, you know, for the tech savvy, you can hop on our website at turningtidesfinancial.com. There's a button in the top right corner. It's bright pink, my favorite color, and you can actually schedule an appointment. You can see our calendars. You can schedule that right away. You can give us a call at 716-800-4290. You can get Julianne or myself. And we also put our cell phone numbers out there. Our cell phone numbers are on our website because we're here for you. We're here for you to contact us. So don't ever feel bad about calling or emailing or reaching out to us in any which way it works for you. We're here to help you.
Absolutely. And, you know, for our Canadian listeners, you've got Larry Tetro and Tony Miele, who's my personal financial planner. In fact, you know, I just shoot a little message to Tony yesterday. Hey, Tony, I need to bring you up to date with some things, just kind of bring it into loop. We're working on some projects, and just a conversation will take place so I can say, Tony, here's where I'm at. Here's what I got organized. Here's what it's going to cost. Can we do it? Should we leave it? You know, I don't do anything until I connect. That's how important it is to me. And like I said, you can take that 1-hour strategy session and begin to turn your life around. And, you know, we're just wrapping up tax season, right, Katie?
Yeah.
And I think about those who figure they can do this thing, you know, this tax season thing themselves, opportunity for getting better tax returns await because they're making mistakes. Let's talk about that for about a minute.
Yeah, so I see that every day.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have to kind of look at it as you don't wait till the check engine light is on to service your car or to get an oil change.
Way to go, girl. Yes.
You need to get ahead of these things. You need to schedule these things. And take a little time now will save you a lot of time and money later. So we will actually sit down with you and go over, you know, whether it's over the phone or in person, depending on your tax situation, what could you be doing now to make it easier at tax time for yourself next year, especially if you're self-employed. Time is of the essence, right? And I understand, you know, having a workload and being busy and being a parent, and I get it. And so we'll help you make more time for those things by taking that off of your plate. And like I said, you know, you do it now, it's not so overwhelming at the end of the year or trying to get those IRA deposits in by April.
Right, and, you know, leaving tax planning to the last minute is not tax planning. That's like cramming for a major exam and hoping for the best that you come out and you go, I just need a 60. You know, I just need a squeak by. When, you know, if you planned better, the results are better. And that's what the way I think about things is plan better, the results are better. So when do you get started on tax planning? Right now for 2018. Right now. So, Katie, I'm going to let the listeners know one more time that there are those 1-hour strategy sessions available. That's almost a $300 value to those who are willing to pick up that phone that does not weigh 600 pounds, like the enemy wants you to believe, and
sticking
call.
Your head in the sand.
That's right. You got to be like a marmoset. Get your head up there, looking around. You know what's going on. You know if there's any attackers coming well ahead of time. And a marmoset plans their strategy, their exit strategy. But if you're an ostrich and you got your head in the sand, how do you know what's really going on? So tax planning, if you say, well, I don't have any money, you need that strategy session. That's why. If you listen to the very beginning of Katie's session with us, helping that older couple to discover they could free up $2,000 a month, that's a yippee-yahoo-y, folks. Mm-hmm. That's like a happy dance for 20 minutes till you run out of gas kind of happy dance. So that can be you. Your circumstances, don't let them control you. Get with Julie and Katie at Turning Tides Financial. Call right now. Say, Steve-O, I would like one of those sessions. We'll make it happen for you. We'll make it happen. Katie, thanks for joining us today. Look forward to having you back with us on the 20th of May for another session and some more information. You ladies are killing it out there. Thank you so much for laying your hearts on your sleeve for our listeners to say, hey, we are here. We're here. You have to take the first step. Katie,
Absolutely.
give out the phone number so they can get in touch with you.
Yep, our phone number is 716-800-4290, and I hope everyone has a blessed weekend.
Thanks, Katie. We'll see you on the 20th, and have a wonderful weekend, and try and stay dry.
Will do. You too.
Do the best you can. Thanks for being with us today. Thanks. Katie Weibel, just one half of the dynamic duo at Turning Tides Financial, LLC, located in Williamsville and Orchard Park. You can go to them. They'll come to you. They'll figure it out, a way for you to get together. If you'd like one of those 1-hour strategy sessions, you can get it by simply calling now, 883-5000, 1-800-684-2848. That's 883-5000, 1-800-684-2848. If you're from out of town, just call and say, I'd like one of those 1-hour strategy sessions with the ladies at Turning Tides Financial, LLC. We'll make it happen for you. That will happen very, very quickly, and you'll be glad that you did.